Acorn is a CalArts student film by Madeline Sharafian, who storyboarded briefly with Cartoon Network's We Bare Bears, and now works as a storyboard artist for Pixar. I actually didn't know she did those things until I googled her to begin writing this review that I've been planning to write for about a month now. Before then, however, she attended CalArts, and as far as I can tell, Acorn was her last student film from there. The fact this was made by one person shows somewhat in the lack of in-betweens for some animations, but typically, for backgrounds this colorful, writing this expertly paced, and for audio mixing to be this good, there's someone else working on it, and it's possible she did get some help here and there that was uncredited. The music was done by Michael Kennedy, the only other person credited in this film. Anyway, I think that's enough gabbing about the people. Let's look at the short. The second thing I noticed was the occasional drop in frame rate, which often sticks out to me, but surprisingly, the first thing I noticed was not frame rate, but the colors. Many cartoons these days have painfully bright colors. I feel like I need to wear sunglasses to watch Infinity Train or Clarence, but here, the colors manage to be bright without burning your eyes out. As a tip, color brightness is kind of based on the other colors in the same work, so if all your colors are bright, none of them are. Here, there is balance achieved. In the beginning, I feel that the scenic shots go by a little too fast to establish a calamity needed to begin this. Doubling the speed here would have been ideal, but may have been shortened for time or to match the music. Speaking about the music, it synced to the short beautifully. Otherwise, the character designs of these acorns is arguably the best for an acorn with eyes only, and yet, even with only one facial feature, expressions continue to not only be recognizable, but exaggerated by using body language and music. The tones also transition very nicely, at no point changing too quickly or idling for too long, and the smooth transition makes it easier for us to empathize and follow this acorn on its journey. I also think a good balance was achieved between the acorn being new to the world to establish a tone of wonder or fear, and the acorn knowing its purpose in life is enough to keep the story moving to prevent the viewer from getting bored. With the exception to beginning shots, every scene lasts as long as it needs. The initial shots last longer to make things feel calm and consequence-free, but eventually the shots get faster, especially when it begins to storm, as the story is then rapidly progressing and things feel more urgent. The shots slow down again when the acorn is sad, then speeds back up when he's determined. Finally, as the short concludes, the shots are slow as the character is tired and fulfilled, ready to rest knowing he has completed his task through hell and toil. Length of scenes is often overlooked, as it's really not something that's easily noticed. But varying shot length and distance from character can do absolute wonders for mood, as Acorn demonstrates, just as varying sentence length, structure, and diction can add to the mood of a book. This short achieves mood like I cannot believe. Everything from colors, scene length, music, to tone transitions is designed specifically and in sync to move the viewer as this otherwise fairly mundane story progresses. I normally don't talk about theme because frankly I don't see theme to be very important, and also as my biggest weakness in both writing and analyzing literature. But I am going to talk about theme today with this short. The theme, I'd imagine, again, I'm really bad at it, is to know that sometimes you're going to lose. Sometimes everything goes wrong, but eventually you have to get up and make your own opportunity through hell and toil. By the end, you'll be exhausted and maybe even unable to enjoy your victory, but at least you made it. The reason I talk about theme here is because this short conveys its message in a way that I've never seen a movie do. As much as everything added to the mood then translated into better understanding the message. Without empathizing with the acorn, the message would be heard but somewhat ignored, as it's not an uncommon message and it won't stick out on its own. But to actually walk through for 4 minutes the short life of an acorn trying to complete its only task both simplified it and made it feel more important. With this in her portfolio, it's no wonder she went on to work with Pixar, as they're revered for their ability to create mood. This was a TechHeart review, and if any of y'all got something you want me to look at, feel free to leave it in the comments and I'll check it out.